Level 5, Grade E, negative numbers. Negative numbers cause me all sorts of problems when I'm teaching maths. Even with high level students or people that are very good at maths, they make mistakes with negatives all the time. It's always something when I'm checking my work and I'm not sure I've got a right answer, I will look for negatives to see if I've messed them up. But we're going to look at adding and subtracting negative numbers and positive numbers here. So minus 2 plus 5. So if I'm thinking about this, if you're not good with negative numbers, think about it as a starting point and then you're going to move depending on whether you're adding or subtracting. And you've got to try and remember which direction you move depending on what you're doing with it. So starting at minus 2, and I'm going to add 5. Well, adding 5 is nice and easy because we always go up when we add 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another thing I would suggest, if you're not good with negative numbers and it's an important that you get it right, like a test or something, or you're practicing it, make sure you've got a number line to use because it's so much easier if you can count it out. You won't make a mistake. There's many mistakes in. When I'm adding minus 5, well, I've added 5 to go this way, so if I'm adding minus 5, that's got to be different to this. So that's actually going in the opposite way. If you think about negatives, okay, this is the negative directions. If I'm adding a negative, that's negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5. And that takes me down to minus 7 or negative 7. Okay, now I'm going to look at subtracting with negative numbers. Okay, so I'm still starting at minus 2, but this time I'm going to take away 5. Now taking away 5 is just like adding a negative number, or adding a negative number is just like taking away 5. So I'm taking away 5, I'm making the number smaller, and smaller means further to the left. In this case, or if you have a vertical line, further down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again takes us to minus 7. So these two questions are equivalent. Minus 2 plus minus 5 and minus 2 minus 5 are the same question really. Okay, then the last one, this is the one that causes a lot of problems. If we've got minus 2 as our starting point and we're going to take away minus 5, well, I can't go this way because I've just done that when I took away 5, but I'm taking away minus 5. Now minus is in this direction, that's the negative direction, but when I take away something that switches it around, so I'm actually going to go this way 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that takes me up to 3, which was the same answer as that. So those two are equivalent. So minus 2 plus minus 5 is the same as minus 2 take away 5. They are the same. And minus 2 plus 5 and minus 2 minus minus 5 are also the same. So these things, when I'm adding a negative, that is the same as just taking away, and when I'm subtracting a negative, that's the same as adding. And that's it. That's all there is to adding, subtracting negative with negative numbers. But it is very confusing for some people, and they find it difficult to figure out which way they're going. But keep working at it, you'll get better.